morning, everybody. Thursday morning. It's about 8 a.m. Still on Central Time, but I just crossed from Illinois over into southern Indiana, probably about 30 miles west of Evansville. So we're still in Central Time, but you know, the transitions from Central to Eastern Time in southern Indiana gets kind of weird. You know, you go back and forth several times. It's not like up on 70 where you cross over at Terre Haute. You know, it's a clean break right there at the Illinois-Indiana state line from Central to Eastern, but not down here. So we're headed to Columbus, Indiana. Still got a little over 3 hours to go, it says on the GPS. That should put me there about around noon. So I'm looking for a rest area I should be approaching here in the next few miles. Gonna stop off, do a load check, and I got a message this morning from a fella named Jimmy down in Texas who was telling me he's talked to a recruiter and they've got plans to start him down in the Southwest region, I think he calls it. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I think that means Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, if you're knowledgeable about that. There's the sign that says a rest area at 2 miles. But I think Jimmy said he's going to get his CDL at the Maverick Driving Academy, and then, you know, go through the securement, flatbed safety training. So it'll take him a few weeks, but that's cool. Thank you for letting me know that, Jimmy. Let me know how that goes. And I talked to my ex-trainer that trained me at Maverick. His name's Robert. And, Robert's been driving a truck for a long time, although I think he's like 34 years old, maybe 35 years old. But his dad was a truck driver, and that's pretty much what he's done most of his working life. And he'd been with Maverick for several years, but left a couple of years ago and bought his own truck, and he's done a couple of things since then, but recently, like in the last couple of weeks, made a change. He was doing refrigerated freight, and he's buying his own truck, had his own trailer, but he's decided to make a change, sold his trailer, still has his truck, but he signed on with Oakley Trucking, which is also based there in North Little Rock, and he's doing an end dump. He said he's actually doing a specialized trailer that's not only an end dump, but it also has the ability for him to haul coils if they can be loaded shotgun. So that's kind of interesting. So he since he had flatbed experience, they wanted him to have a trailer like that so he could not only do, end up stuff, because Oakley does dry bulk products, but he can also, he's dual purposed. He can also do shotgun coils if need be. So it'll be interesting to see as he starts this new journey, new part of his career, to kind of see how that goes for him. All right, guys, let me get out here and do a load check. I'll get back to you. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I'm about an hour and 40 minutes from my customer in Columbus, Indiana. I'm on 64 East, about 27 miles from the outskirts of Louisville, where we're gonna kind of scoot around the northern edge and hit 65 north. And then we'll have to drive for about an hour to get to our customer. Something like that. Just giving you a little southern Indiana road footage. Stopped back there in, I think it was called Leavenworth, Indiana, a pilot store, fueled up. And cleaned my windshield, which you might can appreciate for your viewing pleasure. It was pretty, I'd had a hard time this morning because I started out pretty early this morning, you know, from the Arkansas-Missouri border. Hit the road about 3:45, 3:40, something like that. So, you know, I got a lot of bug action early in the morning. It is like that in the summertime. They still haven't sent me a pre-plan, so don't know where I'm going after this delivery, although my top guess would be down to Jeffersonville, Indiana. That'd be good, because I know we get a lot of loads out of that place there, and I think it's Steel Dynamics, Jeffersonville, and they have overnight parking if needed. We'll see. It's not quite as hot today. In fact, this morning was pretty cool. I think they said the high today was supposed to be 93, which is much better than the 100 or so it's been. My truck temperature says it's 82 right now. So, hey, that's pretty awesome. You know, and it's 11 a.m. Eastern time. I have crossed into the first Eastern time zone. Anyway, there's a little road footage for you. I've seen over to the left there, you can see a bunch of those sand-colored military vehicles, National Guard, I assume. I've seen a lot of those today on 64, heading the other direction, heading west. So maybe they're off to do their monthly camp. I've got a, you know, my daughter, our youngest kid, is in the National Guard. She was in the Arkansas National Guard. She joined up even before she graduated high school. And she's been in it now for, gosh, 4 years, I guess. But she moved to Oregon last year, so now she's in the Oregon National Guard. She's getting out, seeing some different parts of the country. But thanks to all of those folks that have served or are serving. Well, here comes some nice rock formations. They cut through this hill to make the road. Some pretty country through here. Remember, I'm hauling two sections of, I think it was 18-foot steel bar going to Columbus, Indiana, to a place I do not recall being or delivering to before. Let me check the name on it. It's called Chemic Corporation. K-A-M-I-C. Chemic Corporation. Here comes some more National Guard. And we're crossing the Blue River. Blue River. There's a White River. There's a Black River. Those are the other colors I can think of right now that I cross quite often. Alright guys, see you in Columbus. Alright folks, well I just got off of 65 North. Close to my customer here in Columbus, Indiana. This reminds me a lot of the entry into the Gerdau Mill in Jackson, Michigan. I'm anxious to see this place. I do not remember it at this point. Alright, I'm supposed to take this left. Come on, truck. You know what? I'm wondering if this is a place that may have changed its name. Well, come on. My turn, my turn. I think this is a place. I'm just not sure yet. Not sure. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at my directions here. I wrote down that we're in the work order. So go to stop sign, turn right. Inwood. Okay. Turn right on Inwood. That's what it says. Go to stop sign. Yeah, there's a place down here to the left that we used to deliver to. It's been probably over a year since I've been here. I don't remember the name of it. This place right here to the left, I've delivered to a few times, but they go by appointment only. What's the name of this? Address is Inwood Drive. So my directions say to go through this stop sign, and the customer will be the second building on the right hand side. So let's see about that. Second building on the right hand side. Okay, I see it. Got the name right there on the building, plain as day. All right, well, thank goodness for those directions that were in the system. Here it is on the right. Chemic Corporation. Let's see, Where am I supposed to go in? This looks like the only place to go in. Well, let me check in. All right, guys. Well, I walked over here, checked in, took me a few minutes, had to find somebody. Everybody in there was working. But I found a guy that told me to pull in here. I'm glad I didn't try to go around the building. He said I could either pull in truck first or back in. He's got to move some stuff in there to make room for me, but I'm gonna back in. The door I'm gonna back into is over here to the right where this ramp is. And he told me to just pull in over here where I can get untarped and all, and then I can back up to the door and then make sure he's back there and ready for me so he can kind of protect the inside of the building, you know, make sure nobody's walking by or driving a forklift, you know, while I'm backing up. So that's how it works. Just try to get myself lined up here, and then I'll start untarping. Okay, guys, let me show you where we're at here. So I've gotten untarped. You know, I have my 2 4-foot drop tarps on this load, and then 3 vinyl tarps just for protection. And I've taken off my 2 middle straps on each section. I went ahead and left my 2 belly wraps on each section till I get inside there, just to be safe. But I got to back up there onto the ramp and then go in and make sure the guy's ready for me to back in. But this is what we got. They do have a little overhead crane in there, I saw when I was in there earlier. So hopefully this won't take too long. All right, let me back in. Okay, guys, I'm finally backed into the receiving bay here. As you can see, my friendly unloader over there got the first bundle off. I have to get up on the trailer and put the straps around the bundles, and then he takes them over there one at a time. They only have a small crane. And he said they take these things and they make automotive parts, like pins for pistons and some other product he mentioned. I don't remember what he said, but automotive parts basically. All right, I'll set this down. Maybe I can get a view of it. Okay, guys, I'll set the camera up here and try to, this next bundle is small, but I'll try to set the camera down where you can see a little bit. All right, I'll set the camera down so maybe you can get a view of this. Alright guys, so there's a look at how that works. Just got 7 more bundles to go. Alright guys, so I'm getting out of here. That's kind of a slow unload because they can only do 1 bundle at a time. But while I was there getting unloaded, they sent me a pre-plan. Not exactly what I was thinking I would get, but it's going to the Certainty Drywall plant in Silver Grove, Kentucky. GPS says it's 2 hours and 6 minutes away, and it delivers tomorrow in Wentzville, Missouri, which is over on the west side of St. Louis. So let's get to Silver Grove, Kentucky. Alright folks, so I'm about a mile from my next shipper, Certainty plant here in Silver Grove, Kentucky. You can start to see the building up here to the left now. Big white and green striped building. You'll see a lot of flatbed trucks. I've already seen 3 TMC trucks go by already loaded. I think they do a lot of dedicated, preload stuff out of here. So I'm getting a load that goes to Wentzville, Missouri, to a place I think I may have delivered to already before, called FBM. Anyway, I've only got about 2 hours left on my clock for today, so I'll probably just be camping out here after I get loaded and tarped and secured. Get up early in the morning and hit the road. Alright, so this is going to be our left turn here at the stoplight. They got a big sign here to the left, says Certainty Gypsum. Silver Grove. Oh, here's a new sign. Only 1 truck allowed beyond the railroad tracks at any time. Alright, well, looks like there's not another one. They must have been having trouble with trucks getting jammed up here and sitting on the tracks. Alright, so there's a little security gate here. I'm going to pull up to that and check in and take it from there. Okay, so basically he writes down your truck number, gets my name, and gives me this little piece of paper that has like a date and a time stamped on it and my first name. And when you leave, you have to give them that, as part of the checkout. All right, so let's show you how the traffic flow works here. So you're going to see in this lot up ahead, you can see a lot of TMC. They're the ones that use the maroon and black tarps. have the black trucks. Like I said, they do a lot of preload dedicated stuff out of here. Okay, so the way this works is you have to drive around, make a U-turn around this parking lot. This guy here to the right in the white hat looks like he's looking for his trailer load. Okay. Oh. All right. There's a Maverick truck to the right. He's gotten loaded and come out here to secure. Sometimes it's hard to find a parking spot out here. You just have to get whatever you can get. Oh, let's see. All right, well, it looks like we got a little bit of a jam up here. I'll pick this up in a minute. All right, folks. Well, I've pulled through. There's a huge line, loading line here at this time. You know, it's about a little after 5 p.m. There's about 5 or 6 trucks in front of me, and then the line, the way it works, the loading line goes all the way down the back side of the building. So there's probably another dozen trucks in front of me. So this is going to take several hours. I've been here before when it's like this. It's weird, you know. Sometimes, I mean, I've been to this place many times. Sometimes you just check in and go right into the loading area. Other times, there's 20 trucks here. So, yeah, it's not looking good at all. I've already gone off my clock because I didn't realize it, but I'm down to like 17 hours on my 70-hour weekly clock, you know, and it's Thursday evening. I was thinking after I made that delivery earlier today that they would send me to Jeffersonville, or, well, that was my first thought, to get a load, a home load, you know. That would have worked out perfect. I would have had enough time to do that. But having to come here, which is not in the direction I needed to go, it's further from home. Yeah, it's not looking good. The fleet manager did call me a few minutes ago, though. He noticed that I only had 17 hours also, and he said he would start looking for somebody that might want to swap. Yeah, it's not looking good. So I'll definitely be spending the night here. And it'll probably be dark before I get loaded. So we'll see how that goes. Well, guys, still here at the Certainty plant. Been here for 4 hours, and I just got pulled into a loading bay. Just giving you a look. I'm in loading zone number 2, kind of in the, well, it is the very front one. It goes down there, I don't know, there's like 8 or 9 of them. And then once we get loaded, we'll go down that way into the Tarping. They got 2 or 3 lanes for tarping. So yeah, this has been a rough load. So it'll probably take them, I don't know, probably 45 minutes, that's just a guess, to get loaded, just based on previous loads. And then pull down, they have a tarping crew that will put the tarps over and cover it with plastic, and then put the tarps over, put a few bungees on it. Then I have to go back out to the lot and get it bungeed down and secured, and then we'll just camp out and head out tomorrow. So that's where we're at. More later. All right, guys. Well, I'm finally loaded. Only took about 5.5 hours to get loaded. Oh, frustrating. Boy, there was a lot of talk on the CB while all of us drivers were stuck here waiting. You can imagine. One that I remember is that this is why drivers quit trucking. Alright, so now what we do, and I couldn't really get any shot of the load. They don't want you out of your truck, but you can see there's several trucks here to the left in loading positions, and you can see forklift drivers everywhere. Just giving you a look. I've done videos from this place at least twice, but it's been a while. I think the secret, at least my experience with coming here, is if you get here earlier in the day, not much of a problem. Get here late in the afternoon, it's all backed up. But man, do they have a lot of drywall here. The drywall that I'm loaded with is all 16 foot. But they got just about every kind and size you could imagine. Now you might can start to see the tarping crew up here. They got 3 tarping bays. What you do is just pull up in front of one of them, and then you have to get out and give them about, I don't know, 15 bungees. And you have to give them get your 2 big tarps out. And then they'll tell you when to pull through, and they drape the plastic over the load, and then the tarps, and they tell you when they need you to pull up. You gotta have your hard hat and all on. Alright, so let me get out and get some bungees and my 2 big tarps. Okay, so as you can see, they're rolling out one of the tarps right there in front of the truck. Just showing you how this works because it's kind of cool. now you can see they're lifting the tarps up. And then once they get them both up, they'll have me pull forward and they'll tie this roll of plastic up. All right, he's telling me to move forward. So they'll tie the plastic onto the front of the trailer and then have me drive on through and drape it over as I pull through. All right, so he told me to stop. Okay, got the tarps on. Let's creep out of here. I'll show you a little bit of this. I'm not going to show you the whole drive back to the front. We're just going back to where we started. Find a place to park. Throw straps over, get the bungees down. Gotta make a wide turn here. This door is kind of at an angle. Okay, now we gotta make sure, stop and make sure nothing's coming. There's a yard truck coming. Well, at least the line, there's still about 6 trucks down to the left in line, but it was all the way back here, all the way down the length of the building and out in the parking lot where I started. I just hope there's enough room out here for all of us to park. I know a lot of us are going to need to park out here. All right, well, that's that. More later.